Okay, we've loaned a Gen Y Glyder hitch to see how it works on our rig. We've done a couple of thousand kilometres with this new tow hitch, so we have a pretty good idea if it's worth the investment. So we'll go through how it works, the pros and the cons, and finally the cost and would we have it on our vehicle. Okay, so if you've just joined us, we are Kiwi wanderers, Sandy, myself and Holly the dog, travelling around this great country in our hotel on wheels. And we are loving it. The only bad thing we can say about this lifestyle, is we should have done it years ago. Okay, so we really enjoy making these videos, and if you get something out of them, that's great. And if you would like to buy us a coffee, that's great as well. Okay, so we've been loaned this from Trailerparts New Zealand, and they're great guys to deal with. They have a huge amount of stuff available online. They've been online for about 20 years and just catering to the trailer and English caravan market. Definitely worth a look, their website. I'll put a link in the description. Okay, so fitting was no problem. It's made to fit the standard 2-inch coupling. It's a bit longer than my normal hitch, but length has never been, no, I won't say that. But the standard Jayco chains and wiring all connected up fine. So this American bit of kit is trying to stop the trailer bounce being transferred to the tow vehicle. I mean, the very design of most caravans means they're going to bounce up and down. In fact, in road transport, this design of trailer, which is not very common, is called a pig trailer. And I don't think that's because they cart pigs with them. Anyway, this coupling has a large rubber section built in, and it tries to absorb the bounce that the trailer creates on our smooth New Zealand roads. It's a very similar principle to the Duramax torsion trailer suspension, where the trailer is supported by the twisting of rubber blocks. Okay, I've heard several people say they don't even know that the caravan is on, and that is true. When you're cruising along a nice flat road, which we don't have many of in New Zealand, but it's an uneven road that makes our ride a bit bumpy and bouncy sometimes. So let's get into it. The pros. It works. We definitely noticed a difference straight away with the Gen Y Glyder fitted. We have done a drive over the same bit of road with it fitted and then without it fitted. We tried to film it, but it just feels so much better when you're in the ute, when we have the Gen Y hitch on. We've been in Northland for a little while, and I would say they have some of the worst roads in New Zealand, so we were very glad we had the Gen Y hitch fitted. We filmed our rig going through one of the many areas in Northland where it's been reduced down to one lane for a slip or something, and 30 kilometres, and as you can see, it really does make a difference. So the left-hand video obviously has the hitch fitted, and you can see we're not getting bounced around anywhere near as much. It's definitely absorbing some of the bounce motion going to the ute. So a relatively simple principle really, sort of like putting a shock absorber between the drawbar and the tow vehicle. The cons, it's a bit heavy, weighs 14 kilos, and we all know that when you're towing a large Aussie van you need to watch your weight. But Sandy and I have been doing the keto diet recently, loving it, bacon and eggs for breakfast, and we have lost about 20 kilograms between us. So we have a bit of room to come and go on. But the other con is it lengthens the tow hitch, and this adds more weight to your rear axle. It's just simple maths, leverage. And I know a lot of utes are close to their max rear axle weight, so that's something to consider. The other thing to consider is tow ball weight. It affects how it works. The manufacturer says it works best with weights between 100 and 280 kilos. We're 250 kilos at the moment, and it performs well. There's no problem towing with it if you are heavier than that, but it just won't do anything. Anything over 280 k's, it's recommended to move up to the Gen Y Boss torsion flex. That has a maximum tow ball weight of, get this, 500 kilos. But those are the only cons. Apart from needing to be aware of your extra length when you don't have the van on. But I've been taking it off anyway when we're staying anywhere. Okay, so cost. You will have noticed that I had a lock on the hitch. This is because it costs just under $1,400 and it wasn't mine. So I didn't want to lose it. So for us, the $1,400 is worth it. We think it makes our Ranger so much easier to drive, more comfortable, less bouncy, and just better. Sandy has decided, who's the War Office, that we won't be giving it back as it would send our travel comfort backwards. So there you have it. It has some cons, but the pros far outweigh them. So I'll put a link below to the Trailerparts New Zealand website. And as I said, really good guys to deal with. They're just there to help us tow Tissians. Okay, so that's it. A big thumbs up. We've got some good stuff coming up. New towing camera we're testing and a new way of running our Gen 2 STARLINK. So stay tuned and we'll catch you out there.
Tonight we're running on the right track.